This is KVUE News Midday.
A late night at the state capitol, lawmakers working overtime to pass 300 bills. How many didn't make the cut and what caused some lawmakers to lash out?
The Trump administration denying the Russian investigation had a hand in James Comey's dismissal until now. Today, the admission from the president.
And we had some nasty storms yesterday, some hail, high winds, very heavy rainfall, but that set the stage for a beautiful Friday. And into the weekend, we'll have that weekend Mother's Day forecast coming up.
The weekend is here. Good morning to you. I'm Brian Mays.
And I'm Anna Reyes. Sad news to report this midday. 3 children between the ages of 6 and 11 have died after a house fire in Montgomery County here in Texas. Another 10-year-old and multiple family members were critically hurt. Investigators are still looking into the cause of the fire.
In Beach County, around 100 homes evacuated overnight after a crude oil tank caught fire due to a lightning strike. Homes within half a mile were evacuated as a precaution. Firefighters were able to contain the fire. No injuries reported. They are now setting up sensors to test the air quality as a precaution.
President Trump's latest tweets are now raising even more questions about the Russia investigation, James Comey's firing, and possible obstructions of justice.
ABC's Lana Zach is following all the developments of this story in Washington.
The president is taking the Comey firing to another level today in a tweet storm appearing to threaten the former FBI director, writing, "James Comey better hope there are no tapes of our conversations before he starts leaking to the press." Previously, the president on NBC said Comey had told him 3 times he was not under investigation.
I said, if it's possible, would you let me know, am I under investigation? He said, you are not under investigation.
But today's tweet sounds to many like a threat to Comey not to contradict the president's account. Here's Democratic Senator Dick Durbin responding on Morning Joe.
President Trump is dangerous. Dangerous because he may be obstructing justice in terms of the investigation that really goes to the heart of our democracy, the accountability of the president.
At issue, the ongoing Russia investigation that Comey was overseeing. The White House had offered conflicting reports for the impetus of the decision to fire Comey, but insisted it had nothing to do with that investigation. But then on NBC News, the president said Russia was on his mind.
When I decided to just do it, I said to myself, I said, you know, this Russia thing with Trump and Russia is a made-up story.
But the president also insists he wants the investigation to continue.
Among the president's other tweets on this topic, he said he's very active as a president, so it's not possible for his staff to answer questions with, quote, perfect accuracy. And then in a subsequent tweet, he threatened to cancel all future press briefings. Lana Zach, ABC News, Washington.
U.S. Senator John Cornyn from Texas is reported to be in the running to head the FBI. A New York Times reporter tweeted that the state's senior senator's name is being mentioned to replace James Comey. No comment from the senator yet.
President Donald Trump is maintaining his claims that voter fraud was part of November's election. He's launched a commission to review alleged acts of voter fraud and suppression. Vice President Mike Pence will lead the bipartisan panel. Critics argue it's unnecessary, saying there are few, if any, credible allegations of voter fraud. The summer travel season is picking up, and the Transportation Security Administration wants to remind travelers to do their part to keep security lines moving at ABIA. So far in 2017, 30 handguns have been found in people's bags just because they forgot they were there. While still an honest mistake, people could face criminal or civil charges for bringing weapons to the airport. The TSA says another common item that slows down security lines, people trying to bring more than 3.4 ounces of liquid onto their flight.
Well, it was a late night for members of the Texas House of Representatives. That's
right. Lawmakers, they were faced with a midnight deadline for nearly 300 bills. More than 100 bills ended up being dropped. As KVUE's Corey Coffin reports, things did get a bit heated.
While there were many uncontested bills that did make it through fairly easily, lawmakers also blame political infighting and retribution for many of those bills dying. Throughout the day, there's a lot of chubbing, which is similar to filibustering, where lawmakers will ask questions about bills, not in order to raise debate, but rather to waste time in order for those bills to die. And for many, it's personal.
And to know that the apple is so close and I can't grab it, just... So members, please, if you can find it in your heart, I would appreciate it if we could move a little bit forward tonight. Thank you.
That's Representative Drew Springer Jr. Emotion boiled over when he took to the podium in a personal plea, begging the House to hear a bill on an experimental stem cell treatment that would affect his wife. In the final moments of the night, lawmakers relented and passed that bill. But some Tea Party-aligned House members weren't as moved about other bills.
The people who are responsible for the bills that you care about, that your constituents care about, have micromanaged this process. We've seen bills die on the floor, go down in votes. We've seen them knocked off calendars, resurrected at a moment's notice, over and over again.
And it's worth noting that if a bill is killed, a rep can attempt to attach that bill to an amendment to a bill in the Senate in order to try to pass it anyways, but that is certainly a rare feat. One bill that didn't get passage overnight, a bill relating to the sunset rules for state agencies, all of which must undergo periodic reviews by a special commission or be shut down. Now, if that bill isn't resurrected in the Senate, the governor will likely have to call a special session for it. Reporting from the Capitol, I'm Corey Coffin for KVUE News. Guys, back to you.
Corey, thanks. You can see from this shot the flag blowing and blue skies behind it. A very nice Friday as we head into another weekend. Let's get a look now at what we're tracking for today and for this Mother's Day weekend with meteorologist, the great Nathan Gogo.
The one and only, right, Brian?
That's right.
Temperatures right now very comfortable. Yesterday, the humidity was just off the charts, and today much lower. So getting outside feels very comfortable, and temperatures feeling good as well. 78 at Berkshire, 75 at Camp Mabry. As you saw, the flag waving in the wind quite a bit. So we do have a breezy wind as the high is about 10 to 20 miles per hour. Radar's quiet. Obviously not the same case as yesterday. 72 in Bastrop, upper 60s in Mason County, 70 in Blanco, 77 in San Marcos. The winds from the northwest. That's what's cooling us off and also keeping the humidity low. 21 miles per hour. In San Marcos, wind that's sustained, gusts as high as 20 to 30 miles per hour in some cases. So rolling through the rest of the morning into the afternoon, temperatures rise into the mid-80s. A whole lot of sunshine, just a few little lingering clouds out there. For tonight, a very nice evening if you are headed out for any Friday night plans. We're looking at temperatures dropping into the lower 70s by 11 o'clock. Coming back in the full forecast, we're talking about rain chances coming back for next week. More on that in a few minutes, guys.
Well, it's no secret we all hate driving on Mopac. Drivers are frustrated because the project adding toll lanes in each direction is taking much longer than it was supposed to, but soon there may be some relief. According to the Central Texas Regional Mobility Authority, the toll lanes will likely be finished and open by the end of the year. A spokesperson with the Mobility Authority says more sections should be open by the end of the summer. Drivers say they hope this is true because getting down on Mopac is a pain.
It kind of sucks.
It takes twice as long to get anywhere.
Construction is too much. It delays everything.
The Mobility Authority has already fined the contractor $20 million for the delays. For now, expect a lot of nighttime work as they finish paving and installing the permanent barriers for the toll lanes.
Ready for that to be finished. All right, the trial for the man accused of shooting an Austin judge is scheduled for this fall, but could that change? An update coming up.
And vaping in the park and at bars may soon be a thing of the past in Austin. The latest move by City Council straight ahead.